To Star Talk. I'm Ken Eccles, and we're happy to have you with us on the program tonight. We have a phone line open. I think. Phone line open. There's the number on your screen. You can call us at that phone number. You can also email keneckleslive@gmail.com. And I'd love to have you take part in the program either way. That's just a phone check I'm doing, and that's a real call, though. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Whoops. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, please. What's happening? What's happening? Hello, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Ken, how you doing, buddy?
Good, early bird. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Well, who ended up winning?
Well, here's how it came out. Mr. NASCAR, who was in first place, took the 88. And of course, the 88 won the race. So Mr. NASCAR won it. Mr. Draper had taken the 11, who had a little trouble at the end of the race. So Mr. Draper wound up third. Chat, the artificial intelligence, Chat GPT, ended up in second place because he took the 88 too. And you stayed out of the basement. You finished number 14 ahead of Lady in Black, who finished 15th this time.
Well, I went by Lady in Black, doesn't it? Right on.
Just left her in the dust.
How many points was I ahead of? About 2?
No, you were at 14. You were up 14 on Lady in Black at the end.
Yeah. I mean, how many points did I get? I mean, how many points she have? How many points did I have?
Well, let me consult my list here. You ended up with 310 points, and she had 296.
Well, she wasn't far behind me, was she?
No, she was the only person though who didn't crack 300 points, and she has to wear that for a while.
Okay, now we go pick them this weekend?
Las Vegas this coming weekend. Do you want to make your pick now?
Yeah. I won't go ahead and pick. That's a round track.
Yep, that's an oval, right?
That's an oval. Let's see, Las Vegas. I'm thinking I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Chase Elliott.
Number 9. Early bird takes the 9 for Vegas. Yeah. Okay, it's in the book.
Okay, Ken, I'll let you go. Somebody else call in.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Bye.
So, first pick for Vegas. Early bird takes the number 9, Chase Elliott. The order of finish for the just completed segment. Mr. NASCAR is first, Chat GPT second, Mr. Draper third, Charles from Danville fourth, Mr. Pelham fifth, Citizen D is sixth, Mr. Leaksville seventh, Mark from Mayodan is eighth, the Liberal finishes ninth, Pretty Man is 10th. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Ken, it's Mark from Mayodan.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Okay, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
That's good. Well, where'd I end up at?
Mark, you finished number 8. Number 8.
Number 8?
Yep.
Okay. I want to go ahead and take, my mom told me to go ahead and take Christopher Bale for the next race.
Okay, next race is Las Vegas, and Mark from Mayodan has the 20. It's in the book.
Yeah. Don't forget to tell people about the shoes, because one of them is this weekend.
One this weekend is at Sandy Ridge, the Sandy Ridge Folk Festival. At the fire department there, they have stew all you can eat from 10 to 1. If you want to call ahead, it's 336-871-2334. And whatever stew they have left over at 1 o'clock, they will sell for $6 a quart. Did I get all that right?
Yeah, and then you can mention the Boy Scouts in a little while. But
I'll mention the Boy Scouts in a little while, Mark. I certainly will.
and I was going to tell them if they don't go East Stew this weekend on the 11th, go to Mid-End. What the Hay Fest is going to be in Mid-End this Saturday.
Now, what was it? The Hay Fest?
Yeah, what the Hay?
Oh.
What the Hay Fest?
What the Hay Fest? Well, where's that?
That's going to be downtown Mid-End on 2nd Avenue.
Right? What are they going to have? They're going to have like vendors, food vendors and things?
They'll have bands, and I guess all the politicians will be there. It's a festival.
Let's hope. Are you going?
I might be there, yeah.
All right. Well, I hope. I don't know if Charles is going to be there or not. If Charles Rourke shows up, maybe you can get on TV.
Yeah. When do I supposed to get my tickets?
Well, the race is just a couple of weeks away. So what you do, call them up tomorrow. Call up Hollywood Cinema and tell them that you won tickets for the Martinsville race and you want to know how you get them, and they will tell you what you need to do.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ken.
Well, thank you, Mark. Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
Good to hear from you. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please. Hello? The way it works is I say hello and then you talk is how it's supposed to work. But it didn't work out that way that time. So now the phone line is open again. There is the number on your screen. You can also email us at keneckleslive@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you either by phone or by email. And the emails, we have some over here. We do. We have some over here. And I'll get to one in a second. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Well, good evening, Mr. Ken.
Well, good evening. You have a cold?
Oh, no, I'm just, hold on. Got to cut the air conditioner off. It's a little chilly in here.
Air conditioner is making you sound stuffy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I picked two good winners in a race, did I?
Well, you did. You did. And you finished. You had a strong finish. Finished fourth. Not bad.
Good. Well, I'm going to go back with the 12. He looked like he's on a hot streak.
So you're going to take the 12 for Vegas.
That's right. I'm gonna gamble the farm on it.
Well, I don't know if I would gamble the farm, but we'll see.
Yeah, but that if I'm gonna bet, I'm gonna bet big time, and most likely the rest of them I'll just have to throw in some chicken feed.
All right. Well, that's sort of what we would expect, that you'd be the whale at the table in any betting situation.
Yep.
Been on the phone with the Philippines today?
Yes, she called. We talked earlier. We talked about me visiting. We talked about me visiting Mindanao. She said she's going to take me on a hike into the jungle.
Hike in the jungle? That sounds risky.
Nah, that sounds more like a Tarzan adventure.
So what lives in the jungles in the Philippines? What's out there?
I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm sure she will know. So she will know where it's safe to go. I'm confident.
Oh, well, I hope so for the both of us, because I am not going to forget snacks.
Well, good. I guess she's pretty impressed, I suppose, that you finished in the top 5 in our NASCAR contest.
She doesn't know I'm doing the race thing.
Oh, well, maybe you should tell her that could be a selling point for you, couldn't it?
Nah, I don't want to change the subject of anything. We're keeping it romance level.
Okay. All right. Well, that of course is none of our business. Whatever you do in that area, that's your business and not ours.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm not going to give away any details, any secrets, or any play-by-plays.
No, no. Let's not get into that.
Uh, and most likely, she's a nice lady. She's a mother of two. Her children are grown. No, they're pretty grown. Her son works and her daughter goes to school.
Oh, I didn't know she had children, adult children.
Well, I'm not ashamed of it. I mean, I don't care.
Well, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I don't know why that would even come into it. So you'll actually have a whole family there.
Well, we'll see, and we'll see. We'll see how things go. Play my cards right. I'll play my cards right. Talk correctly. Talk like a true gentleman, and try to woo my way into her heart.
Okay, well, that sounds like the way to go for sure. Always be a gentleman.
Well, if I get a chance, I'll send her flowers.
Well, do you not? You have a chance. Can't you do that? What chance do you have to wait for?
Well, we're not. She doesn't want any money from me. I don't want money from her. We're not talking that. We're talking. We're being true to each other.
Okay, that sounds ideal. Sounds good to me.
And it sounds like a winner to me. Because life is good.
Does she know that you're a big man at Bojangles?
She knows I work there, but she just knows I'm an employee.
Okay, well that's fine. Well, sounds like it's going real well.
Well, that's how I'm going to keep it. I will move. I will keep everything on. I will keep everything where it's supposed to be. I'll keep when trouble shows up. I will deal with it and have a discussion with it in Chicago. I'll take it to Chicago. Take it to the wharf. Take somebody on a fishing trip.
All right, all right. Well, we can explore that further if it becomes necessary. But I guess where it stands right now is a year or so from now, you'll be going to the Philippines.
Yeah, take a little vacation.
All right. Well,
we're talking about it. We're up front with each other, and I just want to give trouble ahead notice. When I show up, it's time for trouble to leave town.
That's the attitude, and thanks for calling.
Bye, sir.
Good night. All right. Sounds like that's making good progress. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Kenneth, this is Jerry. I'd just like to say, a few years back when the missionary was here, I told them I wanted to go to Vegas, and now it looks like I'm gonna get my chance. Except I won't be needing no airplane. And thanks for taking my call, sir.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. Thank you. Phone line is open. There's the number up there. And the email address is keneccleslive@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you either by phone or by email. This one says, Ken, when are they going to reopen the government? I think they ought to reopen the government. After all, we're paying our tax money for the government to run, and it ought to be running. So when are they going to? I don't know. I don't know when they're going to reopen the government. I do agree that we're paying our tax money for the government to run. No question about that. I don't know that there's even been any negotiation at this point. I don't know that there hasn't, but I haven't heard any specific reports of any negotiations taking place. The president today said that he's speaking with Democrats about making a deal, but then Chuck Schumer said that there hasn't been any conversation with the president about making a deal. So the bottom line there is, emailer, you know as much as I do. about when the government is going to reopen. Don't know. I don't think it'll be much longer, but I have absolutely no evidence to present and no concrete reasoning that would lead me to that conclusion. I just kind of don't think it'll be much longer, for whatever that's worth, and it's not very much. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Ken, this is Briscoe Tilley from Huntsville.
Hey, Briscoe. How are you?
Oh, pretty good for an old man. A long time ago, you mentioned on the air that you had stopped taking the Greensboro News and Record.
Yes.
Well, I've been taking it for probably 50 years. But anyhow, my Sunday edition came today. Post office delivering it.
Right.
And they don't deliver on Sunday, so I got it today, Monday.
Right.
In Sunday's paper, they announced that they were going to stop publishing the paper on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've noticed, of course, this don't mean anything, but I've noticed on the label on my newspaper that on there, which I assume is the run-out date of my subscription.
Yeah. Are you going to renew?
I doubt it. But anyhow, back when it started, I noticed it's August 23rd of 2026, which I assume is the run-out date of my subscription.
Okay.
Well, gradually over a period of several weeks, it's down to August the 5th, 2026.
Wait a minute. Okay. So if that's the expiration date, somehow your subscription now expires 18 days earlier than it was supposed to before.
That's what I think. But I doubt very seriously. I'm gonna doubt very seriously if I'll renew my subscription.
Well, now, Briscoe, I don't subscribe. I do, thanks to the generosity of Nice Guy. I get the paper because he reads his paper in the morning and then throws it on my front steps. So I get to see it. I don't subscribe to it, but I do see it. But I don't get to see the label because by the time it gets to me, the label's not on there anymore. But I don't understand why that date would change. I don't get that.
I don't either, but this is an assumption on my part that it's going to run out August 5th or 6th or whatever time I said it was, and next year.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I think I'll go to their website when I get off the air. I'm going to go to their website and see if I can find out something about that. Maybe I can figure out what all of that means. If they have any information on their website.
Well, the newspaper, it's getting pretty sorry. And like I said, they're going to, in November, my Sunday papers I got today, going to discontinue Monday paper in November. I assume it's early November. I don't know. They didn't say.
Well, Briscoe, that doesn't surprise me a whole lot because I think they're doing everything they can do now to try to save money. Well, I mean, to be honest, you can look at the paper and see they're doing a whole lot to try to save money. So these are tough times for people who print newspapers.
Well, I think they're going down the tube.
Well, I hate to say that, but a lot of papers are.
Okay. Well, that's the only thing I want to say. I appreciate you taking my call. Good night.
Good night, Briscoe. Thank you. That's very curious. A lot of things in the world are very curious. But if that is the expiration date, it's extremely curious that it would change. As far as the paper itself, I still like having the paper. I stopped subscribing, and you've probably heard me say this before, because I was paying for it and I didn't always get it. And it had gotten to the point that there would be a couple of days at least a couple of days every week when it wouldn't get here. And so I just decided I'd stop paying for it. But thanks to Nice Guy, now I get to see the paper again. But I can tell from the way it was, a big difference from the way it was when I was subscribing to the way it is now. It's not quite what it used to be. But then again, none of us, I suppose any of us, are quite what we used to be. Let's see, the final five, I'd given you the top 10 finish for the recently completed NASCAR segment. The final five: Captain Midnight, 11th, Leon, 12th, Jack, 13th, Early Bird, 14th, and the Lady in Black bears the stain this time of finishing last. I would have finished, by the way, 11th. Big thing. If I was an official contestant, I would have finished in 11th place. That's actually one of my better segments. That 11th place. I have done worse. I really have done worse. The phone line is open. There's a number, the email address, keneckelslive@gmail.com. And let's go back over here to email. This emailer says, Ken, so there will only be 4 races in this last segment. Why don't you let people pick whoever they want to pick without having the every 2 weeks rule? Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Ken. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I ain't been too long to get out of the hospital here. I've been in the hospital about 5 days with my hip went out on me.
Oh, no.
And
sorry.
then the COPD was acting up. Man, yeah. Didn't get up in there, Ken. And
you were in the hospital?
Did I get up in there? Yeah, I went up in there last Friday and got out Thursday.
All right. Oh, man, I know that's bad.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, I was so glad to get back home, Ken. Get up in there, Ken. I tell you what, and I got to go to some food, and then seemed like it messed my system up. And they spent 3 days. I went 3 days without even eating anything.
Good grief.
Couldn't even swallow water, Ken. The only thing I could do was put the water in my mouth and just slosh it around in there to keep my mouth from drying up. And so, if I swallowed the water, I would ball up in a knot. I was sick as I've ever been, I think.
Well, now, what did you eat that started all of that?
So doctor came in that morning. I ate my breakfast. I ate my eggs and whatnot at breakfast. And so he checked me out. I was doing great from my COPD. And they had some kind of blood, something going on with my blood too. So they're running checks on that. So I was doing good that morning. And my hip was doing pretty good. They gave me some steroids for that. So around 12 o'clock, I get my lunch, and I eat this sandwich here, a chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, mustard on it, and pickle. And here's some peas on the side. I ate that, Ken, and within 2 hours, it was coming out of both ends. I tell you what, I was throwing up like nobody's business for 3 days now. 3 to 4 days, they worked on me being nauseous. Couldn't put nothing on my stomach. Yeah.
Well, it's bad enough being in the hospital. When you got to be in there like that, I can't imagine how bad that is.
That was terrible, Ken. I tell you what, man, and it seemed like nothing. The smell of it right there was making me more nauseous than anything about the covers on the bed and whatnot. I tell you, I was so glad to get home, Ken. It was, man.
Well, how are you?
But anyway, I'm doing. Well, I had a doctor's appointment today. I had a doctor's appointment with my primary doctor today. So now I got to see about my hip. He can't do anything for my hip. So saying that got a cracked bone or something like that in my hip. Maybe I got to go do some more X-rays and see where that crack is in my hip right there. The blood is not circulating because it's a crack there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so. Yeah, but it's other than that right there, Ken. Yeah, but I'm doing okay there. I'm kicking. I ain't kicking as high as I used to, but I'm kicking there.
Well, I'm sorry
But,
you're
yeah.
having such a time with that. What do they think they'll have to do about your hip?
Well, like my primary doctor said this morning, I need to go there and talk to my doctor there. And I hadn't been back, and he got upset with me because I didn't get another appointment. Maybe I did because I've been going to so many doctors and I misplaced it. But I got to get in touch with them tomorrow downtown to where they do therapy at down there. Do therapy, and my doctor on the 4th floor downtown in Danville here. So I got to go back down there and see about my appointment. And I'm going to have to end up more than likely seeing a specialist of my hip. That's what I'm going to have to end up doing. So.
Well,
yeah, so whatever it's going to have to take.
All right. Well, good luck with that. I'm glad you're out of the hospital. I mean, I've been in hospitals. It's not fun in the hospital.
It is.
But I never went through exactly what you went through in the hospital, though. That sounds really bad.
Then the doctor told me, he said, Mr. Jones, you were doing fine. You were doing just fine this morning. Then I come back here after 12 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock this evening. Here you is having a stomach pain like nobody's business. And I told them what happened. Told 2 or 3 doctors what had happened, and they didn't seem to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? I saw in a way, though, but I finally got over it.
Hey,
but
hang on a second here. I've lost my lost my hearing, and hello.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me now, Ken?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to yeah. Okay.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So what I wanted to say, Ken, was Now, Forrest, I just wanted to call in and say, then with this shutdown right here, okay, so like I said, now Trump's saying that they having discussion about the thing. That's what he just said this evening.
Right.
So then there's Chuck Schumer. He's saying that no, they haven't even said nothing about it.
Right.
So
that's what they're each saying.
So wait a minute, this is not good. I believe this is gonna go on for a while. But Ken, listen, man, what I'm trying to say is, why can't they come to an agreement on this year's Medicare, Medicaid thing? They know the people needs, and then what they're trying to say is that the undocumented immigrants is getting Medicare, Medicaid, and then the Democrats saying that they're not, and that's it's crazy.
Well, if we start with hey, wait a minute. I got better hearing in this one. If we start with what the law says, of course, the law says that undocumented immigrants are not eligible for any of that.
Right.
We do know that somehow they get, some number of them get it. I don't know how many, but in some cases they're able to, by whatever maneuvering, get it. So again, I don't know how many, but the specific thing that the specific thing in the shutdown is, at least this is what the Democrats say, the reason they wouldn't cooperate and keep the government going. The thing they talk about is with the Affordable Care Act and credits, federal credits that go to people to help them pay their premiums on their Affordable Care Act premiums.
Okay.
And those credits are set to run out on January 1st. The government will no longer pay those credits. The Democrats said, we need to, in the bill that funds the government, we need to also put in there that those credits will continue, that people will continue to get those credits to help pay their premiums. The Republicans said, no, we're not going to put that in the funding bill. Go ahead and do the funding bill, and then we'll take that point up after we have the funding bill in place. So that is, at least that's what's advertised on each side as the disagreement as to why the government shut down.
Okay.
Now, are there other things going on? Yeah, I guess.
Ken. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go after this question right here. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, okay, so if the Republicans had it their way, at the end of the day, they're talking about we with our Medicare or even Medicaid, we're gonna end up paying more for our prescriptions.
Well, that's a different. That's a different issue. There, again, the issue that the public issue, whatever the private issue is, I don't know. The public issue is the Affordable Care Act premium credits. As far as the costs of prescriptions go, we have a couple of things happening there. Of course, Pfizer announced last week at the White House that they're going to cut prices on some of their drugs. I don't think they've given us the entire list of which ones. And then there's the 100% tariff on imported pharmaceuticals that might come into play. So, I mean, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with prescriptions. But again, that's not, at least publicly, that's not what they were arguing about related to the government shutdown.
Okay, kid. Look, I appreciate you. I'm sorry I took up so much time, but you answered some questions there for me, and I appreciate you taking my call. And you have a blessed evening.
Well, I hope you feel better.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I feel a little bit better now. I'm taking my pills, my medication like I should. That's what I got to stay on top of.
Do that.
So,
yeah, keep doing
all right, sir. Okay. All right. You take care now.
Thanks for calling. The phone line is open at that number up there. The email address is keneckleslive@gmail.com. And here's the emailer who says, Ken, don't you think the watermelon man went sort of crazy? Don't you think the watermelon man went sort of crazy at the end of the race yesterday with trying to back over the finish line and causing Denny Hamlin to get messed up? What do you think they ought to do? I don't. Well, the watermelon man, he may always be crazy to a certain extent. It did get a little bit weird yesterday because obviously he was desperate to stay over the cut line to advance to the next round of the playoffs, and he didn't have car enough to do it, and people were passing him. And we've seen the watermelon man before. He is willing to do extreme things in certain circumstances, such as riding the wall at Martinsville the way he did. I think he did what he thought he had to do. He was trying desperately to stay over the cut line. And on that last turn there, when he ended up crossing the finish line backward, I think he was just trying to find some way to gain a position. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen happen in a race. It didn't hurt anybody. It didn't work, obviously. He didn't make the cut line. But I don't think it was all that extreme a thing that he did. It's just he figured it was his only chance. Turned out not to be, but there we are. Let's see. Here is one. There's one. Oh yeah, the one I read earlier. The emailer said, since it's only a 4-segment race, why don't you drop the every other week rule and let people pick whoever they want to pick if they want to pick the same person all 4 weeks? Well, we hadn't thought about that. I guess we're not going to do that for the last segment. We, of course, we review the rules. We have the rules committee will meet and review the rules at the end of the season, as it always does. And if we want to revisit that rule for next year, then we'll revisit it. But there's not any move toward changing that one, at least not right now. Ken, have you ever been on a cruise? You mean like have you ever been on a cruise? I'm thinking about going on a cruise this fall. It would be from Miami to the Bahamas and somewhere else out there. And I would be on the ship for 10 nights, it says. That's a lot of nights to get to the Bahamas and back. Anyway, I'm wondering if you've ever been on a cruise and was it fun, or did you get tired of being on the ship and just watching the ocean every day? I don't know. I've never been on a cruise, so I can't speak to that. I don't think you just sit there and watch the ocean every day. But people who've been on cruises, my understanding is that you'll watch the ocean for a while, and then you stop somewhere. For example, the Bahamas, or wherever else you go, and I think you get off the ship and you go to dry land and you do whatever it is that people do in the places that they put you on dry land. Clearly, I am utterly and entirely ignorant about what happens on a cruise. Never done it. If we have any cruise veterans out, anybody who's been on an extended cruise and might be able to offer some description or advice to the emailer who is considering a cruise, then give us a call. Let's hear from you, and perhaps we can give the emailer some useful information as to whether or not to take that cruise. They're not cheap. I'm told they're not cheap. So I guess you would want to consider all possibilities and permutations before you put your money down for that. And that would be the wise way to do it. So I don't know. If anybody's been on a cruise and can give this emailer some insight, then by all means, let's hear from you. Excuse me. This one says, Kendall, what else do we know about Pfizer and that website, the Trump prescription website, and what they are going to do? I haven't heard anything much about it since last week. Well, I haven't heard a whole lot about it. I know Pfizer is reducing the price, as it's reducing the prices of some of its drugs. The only one that I know, I'm sure it's not the only one, the only one that I know that they've mentioned is Xeljanz, and that is, I think that's the arthritis drug. And currently that runs about $6,000 a month. Based on what I heard, Pfizer indicated, and none of this is official, this is just what I've heard. Pfizer indicated that they would be reducing that by 40%. So if it's $6,000 a month and they reduce it by 40%, then it would be $3,600 a month, if indeed that is what they do. So that would be one example. A drug you might be more likely to be taking, though, I'm told, or I read, that they would also include a lot of their primary care drugs. And the primary care drugs would be medicines that certainly a lot more people would be taking the primary care drugs and would be taking these extreme high dollar specialty drugs. So that's my understanding, is that they will be announcing what they will be doing at some point in the near future. And in return for that, they get a 3-year exemption from the 100% tariff on imported drugs. And Pfizer also has said that it's going to put some money on the table as well. I don't remember the exact amount. I want to say maybe $70 million. Is that what it was? Something like that. To enhance their manufacturing in this country. In other words, to make more of their medicines in this country than they have been making to this point. As far as the Trump prescription, TrumpRx.gov, the website, what I've heard about the website is if you go to that website, it will then redirect you to Pfizer's website, where you can see whatever the discount drug, whatever discounts are available if you buy directly from Pfizer through that website, that TrumpRx.gov will redirect you to that. Now, one question people have asked that I don't know the answer to is, if you buy drugs directly from Pfizer, would your insurance cover them in the same way? I don't know why it wouldn't. I'm not saying that it would, but I don't know why it wouldn't. That's a question you would ask your insurance company, because I don't have the answer to that one. But, it's a good question, and one that a lot of people will wonder about. So that's about all I know about it right now. I'm sure that more information will be forthcoming in the near future, but that's what I know now about that. Let's hope it turns out that that there'll be a lot of drugs, a lot of the medicines that you are using will be included, and that you will save a whole lot of money on your prescriptions. That's what we'll hope for. And we could also hope that more drug companies might want to get involved in that. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want a 3-year exemption from the tariffs. So maybe it won't just be Pfizer. At least I think that's the way we would love for it to work out. So we will see. Ken, I know this is not a sports talk show. No, it's not a sports talk show. I know this is not a sports talk show, but don't you think this business with Bill Belichick coaching football at Carolina is one of the sleaziest, deals we have ever seen in college sports, which is a pretty sleazy deal overall to begin with. But I think this Belichick thing raises the sleaze to a whole new level. Why don't they fire him? We have seen some spectacles. We have seen some spectacles over the years, but I sort of have to agree with you. This is one of the sorriest spectacles that I have ever seen anywhere in relation to college sports. I mean, what can you even say about it? The $50 million, I believe, is the amount that he's being paid. $50 million. Clearly, the team is not too good, as evidenced by the scores whenever they play legitimate competition. I mean, the team is just really unfortunate, and that's what they're getting for their $50 million. As far as why they don't fire him, I guess, well, he has a contract, and I'm pretty sure that, I don't know what the term of the contract is, but I'm sure there's something in that contract that says if you people fire me, then you got to pay me my entire contract right up front here. And who the heck knows how much it would cost them if they fire him? This, of course, has been done by boosters. The university itself, I mean, the university itself ultimately bears the responsibility because they have let this happen. It was the boosters, well-moneyed boosters of UNC football, who thought this was a good idea, and various ones chipped in. A few tens of millions of dollars over here and a few tens of millions of dollars over there. So it was the boosters who actually made it happen. And it's probably the boosters who are on the hook for paying off the contract if they fire him. But I don't know what they're going to do. They're in such a mess. I mean, when has there ever been a bigger mess than this in college football in this state? I don't know. But it is a bad it is a bad thing. And then there's the girlfriend, the 24-year-old girlfriend, who I'm sure is a fine lady, and certainly don't have anything negative to say about her. But there she is on the sideline during the games, and that just looks unusual. Again, I'm not saying anything negative or being critical here. It just looks odd for Belichick at the age of 73 and his girlfriend at the age of 24 to be hanging out on the sideline there during a football game. I don't know what else to say about it, emailer. You're right. It's strange. It's extremely strange to a very, very high degree. It is strange. Ken, what are these big spiders? What are these big spiders? They come out in the fall and they build like that big round web, sometimes in front of your window and sometimes in a tree or different places. And they're big, scary looking spiders, and they come out in the fall. Yeah, they do come out in the fall. What do you call those things? Big spiders. I think they're called barn spiders, I believe. Not sure about that. I think they call them barn spiders. I've always just called them autumn spiders because that's when they come out. I had one in front of my front door not long ago. When you walk up the front steps to get to my front door, one had built a big web right in the entryway, so you had to walk through it to get to the door. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Ken. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
All right. First, I want to give a congratulations to Mr. NASCAR on this victory.
Okay.
He stayed strong at the end there. He held on and kept his lead and fought the others off, and so.
Yep, he did the job. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to use the tickets because he'll be in Michigan. But he does have the satisfaction of finishing first.
That's correct. And Ken, one thing that I like to point out here now, and this be briefly, now we know exactly what the president is giving back to Qatar, because a while back, his son-in-law, Gary Cushman, received a check for $2 billion for a consultant fee. And then he got that big, beautiful plane that Qatar gave as a gift, and I think it was 400. Was it around $400 million?
The value of it was $400 million. Yes.
Yeah, and although it cost us taxpayer $900 million to bring it up to specs, and security and all of that, and then we got to add that gold bling that Trump's require. Well, the $2 billion and the airplane, but this last week he have consented to defending Qatar from any outside sources, other countries or whatever like that, even though that country is not a member of NATO, nor is it affiliated with the United States. And that, my mind went back to the old days, Ken, with Capone, to where the mafia was telling these businesses, look, we will protect you and look out for you, but it's going to cost you this or that. So it doesn't look good like that. And mafia, the MAGA people are upset about that,
Well, one thing to mention about Qatar, or Qatar, I think, however you want to say it, that they are sort of. They're not technically affiliated with us, but they do host a major American air base. Our biggest air base in the Middle East is there, so they allow us to use that base, which is their affiliation with us. Now, Israel says, Benjamin Netanyahu says that Qatar is also the number one funder of Hamas. He says that Hamas gets most of its money from Qatar. I don't know if that's the case or not, but that's what Netanyahu says. So it's all kind of a complicated thing.
Yeah, that's a dilemma when you stand strong and support Israel, and then Israel's main enemy is Hamas, and you gonna protect Qatar, and which is Israel, indirect. So doesn't that create a dilemma?
It could. As I say, it's complicated. The world is complicated. The Middle East is especially complicated. But what can I say? It's what we have. And if Israel decides to strike in Qatar again, which they did not long ago, then we will see what happens. Now I assume, I don't know this, but I certainly assume that President Trump has spoken with Netanyahu, and that Netanyahu has made some sort of commitment not to attack Qatar. I expect that's what has happened, but I don't know it.
Well, all the other requests that he's made to Netanyahu, as far as a ceasefire and a peace treaty, have gone unnoticed and not affirmed by Israel.
All I know is I'm out of time, and thank you for calling.
Okay, Ken. All right, thank you.
That's all the time we have tonight. We're on the air Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I hope you'll join us next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Echols.